Everybody loves pizza. Our gluten-free family has been making the Bob's Red Mill gluten-free pizza crust for nearly a dozen years. If you are new to making your own pizza crust, this is a great mix to start with. Making a gluten-free crust is different than making a wheat-based crust. I use a slightly different method than the directions on the back of the package. Let me walk you through my process before you start. Carefully open the package of pizza and remove the yeast packet. Mix the yeast with 1½ cups of warm water, which is approximately 330 grams. Stir well and set aside for a few minutes while you get the other ingredients ready. In a large mixing bowl or stand mixer, add the flour blend, eggs, oil, and yeast water. Mix well until all ingredients are combined. The dough will be sticky to the touch. Leave the dough in the bowl, cover with cling film, and leave to rise for 20 to 30 minutes. Preheat your oven to 220°C or 425°F so that it can heat up as the dough rises. Now it's time to make the pizza crust. I find it easiest to make 4 personal-sized crusts. Take a sheet of baking paper. Make sure it's baking paper and not wax paper or grease-proof paper. Scoop out approximately 1/4 of the dough and place it in the center of the paper. Here is the important part. Dip your hands in water and shake off the excess. Use wet hands to gently spread the dough into a crust. If the dough begins to stick to your hands, wet them again and continue spreading the dough. Don't worry, the heat of the oven will quickly evaporate the water that is on top of the dough. I have found that moving the dough with a flexible cutting board is the easiest way to get it from countertop to oven. Bake your crust for 7 to 8 minutes or until the top begins to brown. While your first crust is baking, continue spreading the remainder of the pizza dough. You will be able to get 4 small pizzas or 2 larger pizzas out of each packet. I do not recommend using an entire amount of dough for just one pizza, as it will become very hard to work with. Do not try to add toppings to the uncooked base. Gluten-free dough does not have the structure to hold the sauce and the cheese until after it is baked. Adding toppings now will make it a soggy mess. Remove the crust from the oven and place it on a wire cooling rack. Remove the baking paper right away, otherwise the bottom will become soggy. At this stage, you can either top your pizzas and bake a second time, or save your crust for later. Once cooled, the crust will keep in an airtight bag in the freezer for up to a month. Top the pizza with your favorite sauce and cheese. Return the pizza to the oven and heat until the cheese melts and begins to bubble. There you have it, a great gluten-free pizza.